All right, hello, and thank you to everybody for joining us for this webinar, how to optimize your website for maximum conversion and lead flow. There was a message that was sent out that had the incorrect time on it. So we're going to give everybody a couple of minutes to join just because we want to make sure that everybody has a chance to hop on the call. So we're going to give everybody a couple minutes here to join in before we get started. We sent out another message to everybody with the correct time, so hopefully they'll be dropping on here in just a second. Let's see if we have any questions. If you have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat. That would be fine. I'd be happy to answer any of them. We're going to be talking about Google. Sort of, we'll be talking a little bit about how to appeal to Google and give Google what it wants, but mostly we're going to talk about the website. If you're looking for pay-per-click, that's the website, that's the webinar we did last month. So you can go to our YouTube channel and get that, or shoot us a message, or put it here in the chat, and I'll have somebody send you the link over to our Google pay-per-click webinar that we did last month, and you can check that one out. That we'll give you the information you want there. We'll be discussing social media. No, I'm not going to do anything about social media on this, other than mentioning it as a potential traffic source to send traffic to your website. Social media is something we'll probably be doing in the future in terms of social media posting and social media ads. So if you have any questions about those things, you can let us know. You can schedule a conversation with us to talk about it. That's not going to be a focus of this discussion here today. We're going to be focusing on your website and how to optimize it so you can convert more of the traffic that's coming to your website into leads, and leads into sales. Let's see, we're going to give probably another 3 minutes for everybody to hop on before we get started. Just want to give everybody a chance to send out that message with the wrong starting time on it. But if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those for you right now. Let's see. Do you recommend hosting on GoDaddy? GoDaddy's fine. It's not my favorite.
their customer service is great and they're available all the time, which is awesome. But it's not my favorite in terms of hosting. We have our own hosting. We host all of our sites on our own platform that we can control. So we like that a little bit better. But GoDaddy's a good solution. What about Squarespace? I don't really like Squarespace all that much. Their builder's a little bit limited. It's fine for getting started. Their servers also tend to be a bit slow. There's a couple things I definitely don't like about Squarespace. If you're getting started with Squarespace, it's okay. Definitely not my favorite. Same for your Weebly's, your what are some of the other ones? There are other ones out there that they're okay. They're just not great. Most of what the internet is on WordPress, so generally you want to build your website on WordPress. There are other options out there that are good. Duda, I think, is the new one that people seem to like. That's pretty good too. I prefer WordPress, but if you're getting started, you just want to make sure you get that website up there and then kind of hit the things you have to hit in order to optimize the website for conversions. And that's what we're going to be going over here today. We're going to give everybody one more minute to hop in and join us. Since we sent out that message with the incorrect time, we're going to give everybody one more minute till 2:05. And then we're going to get started. If you have any questions along the way, feel free to put them into the chat. We'll answer them as we go. And there'll also be some time for question and answer at the end. So if you have questions like that, we'll be able to answer them at the end of the call or end of the webinar as well. All right. Looks like we are at 2:05. So everybody's joined us, probably will. There'll also be a replay of this made available to everybody. We'll be sending that out by email after it's done. So don't worry if you miss anything. You also don't need to take notes. We'll be sending this out to everyone. All right. So like I said, this is our webinar on how to optimize your website for maximum conversion and lead flow. We're really going to be focusing on how to take advantage of the traffic you're already getting to your website and convert more of them into people who send you their information or give you a call. This is part of our digital dominance method. Everything that feeds into your presence online and the leads you generate online, from your website to your search engine optimization, pay-per-click advertising, retargeted, paid directories, referral business, media like video, programming that you send out like direct mail postcards and things like that. They'll all feed into the leads that you're going to generate online. And they also all kind of feed to your website. So it's very important to optimize your website to get as much conversions out of it as you can. So for the next hour as we go through this webinar, I would love for you to pay attention. So please turn off the cell phone, turn off the Facebook. Don't take any texts or emails. Really pay attention to what we're going to talk about here, because implementing techniques that we're talking about could double or triple the leads that you pull from your website just over the information we give you in the next 60 to 90 minutes. And if you implement it, it'll really improve your results. So let's pay attention and not let those distractions take us away. Let's take this next hour to hour and a half to help grow our businesses. So why should you listen to me? Who am I? My name is Mark Volzer. I'm the owner of Tint Titans. I've got over 20 years of experience in marketing and branding, starting out in television. I've worked in every type of media. I bought all types of media, from television to print to radio, to magazines, to everything online that you can imagine. I was the vice president of marketing branding for an international technology firm. I was the chief creative consultant for Visa's research and development division, creative marketing campaigns for clients, including the National Gallery of Art, the United States Postal Service, Harris Bank, Visa, every branch of the military. I published articles on marketing and branding and advertising in magazines and newspapers. We manage over $1 million annually in online ads, and we worked for the window and glass tinting business for over 5 years now. This is what we do. We work exclusively with the window and glass tinting industry at Tint Titans. This is who we concentrate on, and these are the problems we seek to solve. So the main problem that we're going to talk about today is having a website that doesn't convert enough of your visitors into leads. You guys make a big investment in marketing, probably. You probably spend a good amount of money on your search engine optimization, on your Google ads, on your Facebook ads, on the wraps for your trucks, on the shirts for your staff, on handouts, on flyers, on brochures. All of those things cost money, and you want to make sure that the leads that you generate from that turn into not just traffic, but leads. It doesn't matter if someone just lands on your website if they don't send you information. You got to make sure that they send you information so you can book those jobs. You're not getting if you're not doing that, you're not getting the amount of ROI that you would want. You're getting traffic to your website, not getting leads, not getting sales. You're getting a low ROI on the investment that you're putting into your marketing efforts. And you've got crews sitting around doing nothing. You got schedules that are empty. They're not out getting those flat glass jobs that are bigger money makers for you and have higher margins. So you want to make sure that you're doing everything you can to fill up those schedules, keeping your crews busy so they're making you money, and so that they're making money. You don't have to worry about losing your best installers to another company that's going to keep them busier on the jobs that they want to do. Because so many higher end installers want to be doing the flat glass work as opposed to the auto work. And this is where often marketing efforts fail, is they don't generate enough leads for the investment. So you can't grow. You're spending money and maybe you're getting enough to pay for it, but you're not making enough money to grow. You can't add more teams. You can't add more staff. You can't add more equipment. You can't add more trucks. You're kind of stuck at a level in place until you have your marketing efforts in place so that they are generating enough leads and business for you to grow. And really one of the keys to that is having a great website that is built to convert. And a website that's built to convert is not the same as a website that's built to look pretty. We see lots of websites that are built to look really nice. They've got tons of animation. They've got tons of multimedia in the wrong places. They don't load very fast. They're not very friendly for the user. And in general, those type of sites don't convert as well as a site that's built to convert. So there's generally the sites that are built by graphic designers that look really pretty, and the sites that are built by marketers that are designed to convert. Our websites still look great, but their number one purpose is to convert more of your customers into sales. And that's what we're going to concentrate on today. Consistently converting visitors into callers and leads. And those are visitors coming to your website from all over, from your advertising, from your search engine optimization, from your social media, from your blog, from your content, from direct mail, from everywhere. They're landing on your website, and we want to turn them into callers, leads, and sales. So that you have a full schedule and your crews are busy. They're making money for you, and they're making money, so you don't have to worry about them leaving. And you can consider adding on additional crews in the future. And once you get that momentum going and you've got consistent growth month after month, you're able to really build your business. We talk to a lot of owners who are trying to get out of the installation side so they can concentrate on running the business, not doing the business. And that's what we want to help you do. So you get to that success point where your phones are ringing, your trucks are running, business is booming, it's growing, and you can hit more of those goals. Maybe take some time off if you want to go on a vacation. That's always fun. So the reason that we're talking about this today, how to maximize conversion, is your website is your hub. Basically, all of your efforts are going to end up at your website. Now, Google is doing some things to try to prioritize your Google business profile and some of their properties. But even with that being true, most of the time, what people are going to do is they're going to see your website and they're going to go check you out there. They might go online to look at some reviews. So you want to have your reviews online. But you want to make sure that your website, since it's the major hub that people are going to be going to, is delivering for you at the best level that it can. So people are coming from Twitter, if they're coming from email, LinkedIn, web, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. You want to make sure you're doing everything you can to convert them to leads and calls and paying customers. Well, why is conversion so important? Like, why do we care about the conversion rate on our website? Well, I'm going to show you real quick with a basic scenario. So in scenario one, your website gets 1,500 visitors per month. It has a 5% conversion rate, which means 75 calls or leads. Now, say you have a 30% conversion rate on those calls converting to sales. That would be about 22 book jobs. And say your average transaction is $750. Say you do the flat glass, you're doing automotive, so your average job settles in somewhere around $750. That means you're making $16,500 a month from your website with that 5% conversion rate. We'll look at scenario two. Same amount of traffic, 1,500 per month. 10% conversion rate means 150 calls. 30% conversion rate on calls to book jobs means 45 book jobs, $750 average transaction, $33,750 per month. We are doubling the leads and doubling the revenue just by increasing conversions. So if you do everything you can to increase the conversion percentage on your website, you will significantly increase your leads and revenue. So why is that so important? Why is it important to get a website that's built to convert? Why is that important to you right now? Let me see. If anybody wants to chime in and say, why would this be important to you? Like for me on our website, it's important to us because we're trying to grow right now. We've added staff. We're trying to bring on more window tinting companies. So our conversion rate, we need to be very high. A lot of our clients are also trying to grow. They're trying to add staff. Maybe they're trying to increase it as they're going into their slow season. Most of the northern part of the country is going into the slow time of year when flat glass is going to be more popular than the automotive. So they want to try to get more of them right now. Let's see, Charlotte, going into the slow season, hoping to get more flat glass work. Exactly. You want more of those people who land on your website who are looking for those $1,500 or more jobs to convert to people who are sending their information and giving you a call. So that's why we're talking about this again. It's always important to have a website that's optimized for maximum conversions. And this time of year, going into the slow season, it's going to be even more important. Hopefully, if you got the emails for this, you got the link to the workbook. There is a workbook that goes along with this presentation. If you didn't get it, then you can just go to that link right there, tinttitans.com/optimize your website for a conversion workbook. Download that and use that as we go along. It will help you sort of plan the action steps that you want to take to go along with this webinar to help you improve your website and get better results. So right now we're going to move into the 12 critical elements on your website that will help you enhance your conversion percentage. These are the things that if you add them to your website, if you adapt your website, are going to improve your results and help more people convert to leads and sales for you. So the first thing you want to think about is speaking to your target avatar. What are their fears and frustrations, and why should they choose you? Now, this is a step that a lot of companies skip. They don't think about who they're talking to and spend more time talking about themselves rather than their customer. Now, you want to think about who is the person that most of your customers are like who is your ideal avatar. When I worked in television, my boss in the marketing department had two people that he wanted to talk to, a female and a male. They had actual names. They had actual attributes about them that we were supposed to talk to with all of our ads. You want to think about the same thing for your website. Now, we'll share what we found to be our target avatar for our clients in a minute, but I want you to think about that because it's going to be slightly different. Think about your past customers, the ones who have been the best customers for you. Think about their demographics and think about why they hired you. What did they want done? Did they hire you for energy efficiency? Did they hire you for the look of the phone? Did they hire you for decorative? Did they hire you because glare was getting in their eyes or it was too hot or whatever? Think about those things while you're making your target avatar. And you're going to make the content on your website speak to them. Next, be real. You want to use authentic image of your team on your homepage and throughout your website. Now, a lot of people do not want to get photos taken of themselves, of their trucks, of their location, of their shop, of their equipment, etc. They don't want to spend that money, but it will be returned to you exponentially if you do so. People do business with people. So the more that you can show off yourself and your business and your employees, the more real you feel to your customer and the more connected they will be with you. So if you can, make sure you get those images taken of your team and showcase them on your website. You also want to leverage multimedia and video to engage people in different ways. Now, this doesn't mean overdo it. You don't want, giant video backgrounds on your page that take a long time to load because that's going to hurt your Google results. But if you can have video elements on your page that people can click on and play, videos introducing yourself, videos about your services, videos showing the benefits, those are great things. A lot of suppliers will give you access to their videos. 3M does a great job with this. So if that's the case, make sure you use those on your website, showcase them. Those are things that people are going to enjoy and will help turn more visitors into leads. Like I said, a welcome website video on your page, introducing yourself, introducing your team, your company, and what you do. Videos for each of your services, residential, commercial, safety, security, decorative, all of those you'll want to have on your website. And having a video explaining why someone should contact you versus the competition. What makes you different? Do you have 20 years of experience? If so, lean on that. Use that. Explain why someone should go with you rather than someone else. If you have professional looking staff who have, company shirts, if you have great looking vehicles, if you have great looking equipment, share all of those things. Those are the kind of things that will separate you from the pack. Next, you want to leverage social proof. Showcase your online reviews. There are tools like Birdeye and ReviewBuzz you can use for this. Google also offers a review display capability for their websites. Those are things that you want to be able to do. The more social proof you show, the more people think that you're a legitimate business, and the more they think they can trust you. Over 85% of customers check online reviews before they make a purchasing decision. So you want to make sure that you've got those great reviews shown prominently on your website. And if you can make them look legitimate, that helps. So instead of having just a panel showing your reviews as a graphic, which is a good place to start, if you can show where they came from with a little logo for Google or Yelp or Facebook or wherever, that makes them seem more legitimate to your customers. Then you want to make sure you get your basics in order. We're going to go over those in a minute. These are certain things that we consider table stakes, the foundation of a good website that you'll want to have to make sure that your website is designed to convert. That includes the phone number in the upper right-hand corner. That's the first place people look on a website. You want to make sure that you have a web form that customers can fill out to get more information, request an estimate, things like that. You want to add credibility symbols. We have down here BBB and Angie's List. Those are fine. If you've done work for companies people would recognize, having their logos is also great to do. Anything you can do to add authority to your website will help out and will get more people calling you. And make sure that you have clear calls to action on each and every page that speak to your avatar, what their wants are, and what you want them to do next. So do you want to call them? Do you want them to call you now? Do you want them to get a free estimate? Do you want them to get more information? Do you want to send them a document on the benefits of residential window tinting? Those sort of things you want to have in place to make sure that it's clear what you want your customers to do. If someone lands on your website and they can't tell how to contact you, it's going to be very difficult for them to do that. So you want to make it obvious what you want them to do and have those on every page. So you have them on your residential page, you have them on your commercial page, you have them on your solar page, you have them on your glare page, you have them on your security page, you have them on your decorative page. Make sure that you've got clear calls to action on all of those for people. Then if you'd like to use special offers and coupons that match the service they are in need of, think about doing that. If you want to offer 10% off automotive, if you want to offer, 2 free windows if you get 5, if you want to offer a free window if they get a sliding glass door done, those sort of things. Think about that, or you can even do it by square footage. Anything that you could give out that will match the services that they're looking for. You can also use lead magnets for this. They don't necessarily have to be special offers or coupons. You can give away a free document on the benefits of residential window tinting and how it can cut energy costs. You also want to make sure that your website is mobile optimized with an easy click to call function. Up to 50% or more of your traffic is going to come from people on their phones, and they don't want to have to do something hard to call you. You want to have one button that they click on that will immediately call you from their phone. So make sure that's very easy and above the fold on the mobile version of your website. If you can leverage live chat, we build in live chat to all of our clients' websites. We typically see a 12% increase in conversion rate just by having the live chat on the website. And start giving clients the option to book online if possible. If you have TintWiz, you can typically integrate that. If you're using our system, you can integrate that as well, where customers can book time with you online. If that's not efficient for you, if that's not something you can do, you can have them book just conversations with you, sales conversations and things like that. Make it easy for customers to connect with you. Number 11, site speed matters. I put this in bold because it's hugely important. It's one of the first things Google looks at in terms of ranking a website. If your site is slow, it's not going to rank. I spoke a little bit about Squarespace earlier. Squarespace is notoriously poor on site speed. So if you're running on Squarespace, you might want to consider moving that onto another site because site speed is very important. And lastly, engage with your customers via SMS, phone, and email marketing automation. When someone sends you their information, when they call you, when they use your chatbot, that information should be pushed to a CRM, customer relationship management software, so that you're able to automatically follow up with them. For us, if a client or a customer submits a form, we have automations that are going to go back out to them by email, by text message, and by phone to follow up with them. If they come to the chat bot, it's the same thing. If they call the number on our website, it's also going to capture that information and send the text and emails if they give us their information. We want to make sure that we're able to communicate with our customers through as many pathways as possible with our marketing automation. What is one element that will have the biggest impact on the results of your overall internet marketing efforts? Well, that's how well your website is optimized for conversions. So all of your efforts are going to lead back to your website. So the better your website is optimized, the better you're going to get results from all of your efforts, your Facebook, your Google, your TikTok, your Reddit, anywhere that you're advertising will be improved if you improve the conversion rate for your website. Because the more traffic that's coming in, you want to turn a higher percentage of that into calls and sales. And you do that through website optimization. So the first question to ask is your website set up to convert visitors to callers? And if it is, what can that mean for your business? So there's a couple examples of some of our websites. This is one of our clients. They had 3,700 visitors over the course of a month. 527 of them submitted their information or made a phone call. That was a conversion rate of 14.17%. Obviously, that's a huge jump. Most websites are converting at like 2 or 3%. So if we can get that percentage up to 10 or above, we're going to greatly increase your business. And so that's what you can do when you optimize your website. Like right now, you probably want to go into Google Analytics and see what your conversion percentage is. Most likely it's down around 2%. So anything you can do to increase that is going to increase your business. In this case, we got these guys up to over 14%. This is another client. They had 2,300 visitors over the course of the month. 331 of them submitted their information or sent in a phone call. The conversion rate on that was 14% as well. Now, again, before we started with them, they were down around 2%. And by optimizing the website, doing search engine optimization, bringing them the right traffic, and then making sure more of it converted, we were able to get that up over 14% for a conversion rate. And here's the last one. They had 2,444 visitors over the course of the month. 456 of them converted, which is insane for calls and form fills, which was an 18.66% conversion rate. Now, I'm not going to say this is what we always hit. We're not going to see this every month. These are insane numbers. Almost hitting a 20% conversion rate is huge. We're not always going to see that, but it is the kind of thing that you can achieve when you get your website optimized properly. How can you get your website to convert like that? Well, we kind of went through the list already with those 12 key factors. I'm just going to go through a few of them right now. And if you would like this, we can send this over to you. If you'd like a copy of the Ultimate Window Tint Website Conversion Machine, this kind of goes through the different elements that you want to have on your website and how to lay them out so that your website converts better and gets you better results. But this is sort of a roadmap that we use when we're creating our websites to make sure that our clients are getting the best possible results. A few things through here with findability elements, engagement elements, conversion elements, WordPress plugins that really help out as well. These are things that you want to look over and make sure that your website is laid out in the proper manner to get you the best conversion percentage. If you want that document, just let us know and we'll send it over. The second thing we kind of talked about was your customer avatar, knowing who you want to buy from you, right? And a great quote for kind of summing this up is, if you can see through Joe Jones' eyes, then you can sell what Joe Jones buys. You really want to think about your customer as an avatar, what they're looking for, what their pain points are, what the troubles they're having, and how your product or service solves that. In this case, what can window tinting do for them? So this is a document that we use with our clients that we start out with to map out their pains, frustration, goal, desires, fears, implications, dreams, aspirations, everything we can think of about them, so we know exactly how we want to market to them. And this is something you'll want to do as well. Think about these things based on your past customers and your future customers to help you think about the best way to market them, the best way for you to structure and fill your website with content. Like, who is your ideal customer avatar? Now, this is where we're going to go through what we've kind of discovered for our clients, but it might be slightly different for you. For us, our clients, ideal customers, usually over 35 years old. Typically, we get calls from the lady of the house. Sometimes it's the husband, but most often it's the wife. usually married with a couple of kids, in charge of the household, running things related to the home. Usually $75,000 plus annual household income, very family oriented, reliable, frustrated at problems that they're having with their home. They don't like seeing them for a long time. They don't like dealing with a problem for a long time. They want to get them solved. They don't like looking at a dead lawn. They don't like looking at dying trees. They don't like a cracked pavement on their driveway. They don't like not having the right window treatments. So they want to get those things solved quickly. Like they like cooking, they like pleasing people, and they expect the people who serve them to do the same. Like they're hiring a company and they expect it to be treated right. They're not handy. They don't want to do this themselves. They want to have somebody else do it. They want to trust somebody else to do it. I find that to be more important than you might think. Like I personally, don't want to deal with someone who would rather do it themselves because, those are the people who are mostly price shoppers. So for me, I'm looking for the people who don't want to do it themselves, want to hire an expert. And I think that's who you're looking for as well. They live in the suburbs, upper middle class neighborhood. They've got some extra money that they can spend on tinting their windows, and they take an interest in their community involved. Now, this has really developed during the pandemic with people being home more often, seeing their house, being frustrated by their house. We see this a lot more. Some of the pains and frustrations they've been experiencing since they've been home. The home is too hot or too cold. Misspelled cold there. Cold day. Anyway, it's too hot or too cold. Like certain times of day, it gets too hot. And this is something that we experienced in my house. Our master bedroom, when we moved into our new house, was hot and cold. And what we found out was our attic fan was broken, but because the previous owners had put built-ins in our closet, there is no way for someone to replace our attic fan without taking our roof off. That wasn't something that we were going to do. We were going to take our roof off just to replace the attic fan. So our bedroom gets very, very hot, especially in the summers. So we couldn't fix it the way we wanted to fix it. So we decided to tint the skylights. And that wasn't something that we would have known about before the pandemic, before we moved into our new house. They've also got energy bills that are too high, and they want to help bring those down. This is definitely something you can concentrate on, especially with the Inflation Reduction Act and all the green energy provisions that are in that act. There are a ton of ways that customers can get tax incentives for tinting their homes and making them more energy efficient. Same thing for businesses, or even more for businesses that can take advantage of those things. So those are things you want to focus on. Like, how can you help customers bring their energy bills down? They get very frustrated when they call a company and they can't get them on the phone or return their calls. You'd be amazed the number of companies we talk to who don't have someone who regularly answers the phone and are missing those calls as they come in, and don't return those calls in a timely manner. We established our sales concierge program because we saw clients that weren't returning calls from leads for days, and that's just not going to get the job done. That's not going to be efficient. That's not going to turn into a sale for you. Other things they don't like: glare on the TV. Maybe being home a little bit earlier in the day, sitting on the couch watching their favorite show, and now that sun in the evening when it's setting is coming over their shoulder and landing on the TV, and they can't even see it. Or maybe the sun's coming from the other side and it's not hitting the TV, but it's shining right in their face. This is something else that we experience in my house, in our TV room. The sun, when it comes over the horizon, comes down towards the treetops towards the end of the day. If we are looking in the wrong direction in the winter, once the leaves fall down, that sun comes right through our sunroom, right into our TV room, right into your eyes. You can't see anything. Most of them are too busy to deal with it themselves. They don't want to figure out the issues for themselves. They want someone to do it for them. And if they've got nice flooring or nice furniture in their home, the sun is fading it every day. Like maybe they went to clean, they picked up a rug, they looked at their floor and just saw how faded the floor got everywhere other than what was covered by the rug. And they don't want that. You've paid 10, 15, 20, $30,000 for hardwood floor and the sun's fading them every day. You're not gonna be happy about that. If half your couch is a different color than the other half of your couch because it gets hit by the sun, you're not gonna like that either. So those are some of the pains and frustrations that your ideal customer is having that you want to hit on, you want to address. So again, who is your ideal customer avatar? What are some of their fears that they have? A lot of people don't know much about window tinting, and they're worried about being ripped off or overcharged. They want to make sure that they're getting the right service for the money. They're worried about paying too much for something they could have gotten elsewhere. Should they have gotten blinds? Should they have paid the extra money for blinds, or is window tinting really the right solution? They're worried about having their home damaged by faulty workmanship. We hear all the time that tinting is going to break a window. Now, we all know that's not true. As long as you have somebody who's, competent, it's not going to happen. But we hear that, and customers are worried about that. They're worried about having to wait around all day for the installer to show up and arrive on time. We've all experienced that, be it with Cable, who's notorious for it, or other installers. When we had blinds put in our home, they showed up a day late and repeatedly, but we had already paid, so we kind of had to deal with it. But we had to deal with that. So customers want to know that if they hire you, that they're not going to be waiting around all day. You guys are going to be there on time. They don't want to be inconvenienced by trying to coordinate with the installer. They want it to be a simple process. Book their time, guy shows up on time. It's very simple. They don't want to worry about, like I said, damage to the window. They don't want to worry that solution won't solve the problem. They don't want to, get the window tint put up and then they still have glare. They still can't see the TV. They still have a hot room. They still have high energy bills. They want to make sure that the solution is actually going to solve the problem. So anything you do to prove that, great videos showing just how much cooler it is, on the other side of a tinted window than without it are great. Anything you can do to show how the bills have fallen, all those kind of things are great. And they also worry that it won't look good. Some people think that tint is just so dark that it's going to look terrible and ugly, and so they don't want to put the tint up. But that's something you can overcome pretty well through pictures and before and afters, things like that. Goals and desires, they want to get the problem solved. They want to put the issue behind them. They don't want to have to worry about it anymore. They want this done, right? They want to have a great looking home that they can admire and that their friends and neighbors can admire. They want lower energy bills and not spending so much money to the power company every month. They want to enjoy every room in their house. Have you ever had a room that you can't enjoy at certain times of the year? Like a sunroom or a room that gets sun the wrong times of the day. You want to be able to, enjoy that room. You're paying for it. You want to be able to use it. They want to take care of their family so their family feels like they're comfortable as well. And what everybody wants. They want more income, more money, more wealth. They want to live in a nicer home, drive a nicer car. Now, these are all things that are a little bit more high level that maybe you wouldn't connect with simply getting window film, but it kind of gets you in the mindset of, what your ideal customer is looking for. So you can think about how your solution can help them with that. These are some messages that we found really work when speaking to the ideal avatar of our customers. Number one, fast service. People don't want to have to think that they're going to be waiting, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in order to get someone into their home to install their tint. By that time, they've had way too much time to reconsider and go with another solution. Straightforward pricing. They don't want to have to worry that you're going to come out and tell them, oh, well, just kidding. It's a completely different price. If you come out and you measure and you give an estimate, they want to know that they're going to get their service for the price that they paid. Guaranteed quality. If you have guarantees, if you have warranties, make sure you promote those. Most of your suppliers are going to have warranties. If you have warranty on the work, make sure that you let people know that, because they want to know that they're not going to have to worry if it starts bubbling, starts fading, starts peeling, that it's not going to get replaced. You want to know that you have professional technicians. This is huge, and one of the things that definitely separates flat glass tinting from automotive is you want to have techs that people will be comfortable letting into their home. We've all seen guys who do not look like someone you would let into your house with your wife and kids. It's sad but true. So you got to make sure that you have techs who look professional and who are going to be going in and doing a little bit more of a white glove service than on the automotive side. Like on the automotive side, if they're just installing and not dealing with the customer, you can get away with it a little bit more. But when you're sending you're sending your staff to people's homes and their businesses, you got to make sure they look professional. You want to have vehicles that look professional. You want to have staff that looks professional. Make sure they have uniforms. If you can get your trucks wrapped, get them wrapped. You want to look like you're a real pro. They also want to know that your staff is experienced. They've done this before, that this is them training on their home or business's windows, that they've got experience installing, and they'll be able to deal with any situation that might arise. And they also want to know they have training and certification. This isn't just some guy who watched YouTube videos on how to tint. They've been different places and gotten the certification and training they need to ensure that they are going to deliver great results to your customers on their homes and business and cars, if that's what you're doing. So you just got to think about how you're going to speak to your ideal customer. Like, what can you say to them that's going to make them consider you to be the one that's going to install window film in their home? And these are the few things that we think about when we're putting together our websites. They're always ready. You're not having emergencies, but you want to know that someone's going to be out there quickly to install your film. Other things we definitely want to think about, people do business with people. This is Western Kentucky Window Tinting, Michael Schaff and Brady Schaff. One thing that they do is great is they include pictures of actual people on your website. People do business with people. They want to see who they're doing business with. If you can help it, don't use stock photos. Use photos of your team so that people connect with you personally. They see you, they see your employees, they see your staff, they see your trucks. All of those things you want to make sure that you're showing them off. So if you can use real people in real pictures, do that. Be authentic. Have some multimedia on your site. Leverage video. Like I said, you don't want those giant, background videos going to slow down your site. But if you get video content from your supplier or you shot some yourself, use those things. Those are great. 85% of internet traffic is video now. So if you can have video on your site that people can watch to see like how an install is going to go, the difference it's going to make, how the work is going to be done, that can be really helpful for increasing your conversions. This is Superior Window Solutions out of San Diego. They have lots of video on their website, and that really helps out with their conversion percentage. So if you've got video, make sure you use it. If you don't have video, shoot some immediately and start putting on your website and all your socials. Next, leverage social proof. Like I said before, over 85% of customers are going to consult online reviews before making a purchasing decision. So if you can showcase your online reviews right on your website, that's definitely going to help. This is a widget we built out for one of our clients that shows off some of their 5-star reviews. This is one great way to display your reviews. Another is a review widget that kind of shows reviews from certain places. So these are all Google reviews. The more you can show someone a real review from a real place, that resonates even better. Having ones that you like this that are static, those are good, but even better is if someone can see where they came from. So in this case, Google. You want to leverage those on your site on every page if you can. Make sure that people see your real business, you've done work with real customers. All right, then we want to worry about getting the fundamentals right. There are just some basic things you should do on your website that are going to help your conversion percentage. First, right here, click the call button in the upper right-hand corner. This is the first place people look. Also, it's going to be the first place that shows up on a phone. So if someone is looking at your website on their phone, you want to have the click the call button right there prominent. It's the first thing they see so that they can call you. Second, make it easy to get a free quote. We've got this button right here. You click on that, it pops up the form for them to get an estimate and get a free quote. Make that easy. Don't make them go to other pages. There's no reason for that. You want them to be able to do everything they need to do above the fold on the first page. So this one's a good one. Just having that get a free quote right there. And lastly, this is the third piece that's very important for conversion. It's having a chatbot. You might be thinking that this is super complicated. It's not. There are lots that offer them. We build them into all of our websites. The reason for that is it makes it so easy for customers to communicate with you. We forward these messages to email and text to our clients. They go in our communication portal. Makes it very easy for our staff and their staff to communicate with a customer, and customers love it. They love being able to text with the business. Next thing you want to make sure you do is answer questions. Frequently asked questions should be on your website, on your home page, and on your service pages and your sub pages. I'm going to answer the things that people are asking. What is window tinting and how does it work? What are the benefits? Google loves when you answer questions that customers ask. So if you're building this yourself, go on your website and search for window tint, and then look for the people also ask section of the results, and then answer those questions on your website. You might even get a fact section under your listing, which means you'll get additional real estate on Facebook, on Google, which is super valuable. So make sure you're answering the questions your customers have. Next, make sure that your website is mobile friendly. There are billions of people on mobile phones. 3 out of 5 consumers search for businesses on their smartphone, and Google reports that 40% of mobile consumers turn to a competitor's website after a bad mobile experience. What does that mean? That means they landed on a website on mobile. It wasn't optimized, and so they clicked back and left and went to somebody else's website. You don't want that. You want your website loading quickly on mobile and making it super easy. This is one of our clients' website. As you can see, click the call button right there. Make it as easy as possible for them to contact us on mobile. And what does click the call do? It's super simple, right? You've got the button on there. When you click, it automatically calls. And that's what you want. You want a call to happen automatically. Make it super simple for customers. They don't want to search for your numbers. They just want to click on it to get it. So some key ideas from the last section that we went over that you're going to want to implement as you work on optimizing your website for conversions. First, you're going to want to add real authentic images of your team, of your staff, of your equipment, of your vehicles throughout your website in as many places as you can. Use real images. Try not to use stock photos. You can help it. Add video elements to your website if you get them from your supplier, or if you get them yourself, if you make them yourself, use them on your website. Make a welcome video about your company. You can put on page 1. Make videos for each of your services, showing like how they're done, how the work's done, the benefits of it. Make a video explaining why someone should contact you versus the competition. What is your unique service position that helps you stand out from everybody else? You want to showcase your online reviews prominently on your homepage and other pages on your website. If you can, use a website widget that's going to show where they came from. Then get your basics in order. Phone number in the upper right-hand corner. Web form on the very first page. Credibility and authority symbols throughout if you have those that you can add. Update all your calls to action on each page to ensure they speak to your customer avatar and tell them exactly what they should do next. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to call? Do you want to fill in a form? Do you want them to get a document? Whatever that is, make sure it's obvious. You can leverage coupons and offers or lead magnets that match the page they're on. If they're on residential and you have a lead magnet about the benefits of residential window tinting, it's a great thing to have on that page. Add live chat to your website. Make it easy for customers to communicate with you through their preferred portal. So in that case, text, could be through email, phone number, whatever. It's going to help you out on that. Then offer clients the option to book online. If you're not comfortable with them booking the actual appointment, let them book their sales call or their estimate with you online. That will be very helpful. So the question again is your website optimized for conversion? Are you turning as many of your visitors into calls and leads as you possibly can? Hopefully the information that we've gone over here today will help you with that and help you turn more of your customers into more of your visitors into customers. But I got a question. This is where we get into the implementation side of things. Which of the following that we went through over this presentation do you think you could implement in your business now that would have a positive impact on your conversion rate? And I want you to do is pick 3 of them to implement in the next 30 days. 3 of the things we talked about that you can implement in your next 30 days. So what are those? I want you to write them down right now. What are you going to implement as a function of today's webinar? Are you going to add the click to call in the upper right-hand corner? Are you going to add a form right on your page? You're going to add a chat bot. Are you going to get some pictures taken of you and your team and your vehicles and your location and have those added? Are you going to get some video done? Are you going to check with your supplier to see if they have video that you can use, that you can add to your website? Think about what you can do in the next 30 days to improve the conversion percentage of your website and how you can implement that. What are you going to do in the next 30 days to improve the conversion percentage of your website? Write them down, and I want this to be a commitment. I want this to be something that you're going to commit to do. Because here's the problem. 50 to 60% of inbound traffic leave your website unconverted. It's actually probably higher than that. They aren't necessarily sending you their information. They're not calling. 90% of web forms fail to convert. You don't turn them into a customer. There are a lot of ways to kind of fix that. And that's what you need to follow up with. That's kind of the thing that you need to leverage. Leads that are not followed up with in 15 minutes, typically they've moved on to the next customer, the next supplier. We like to say in 5 minutes even. And there is a lot of evidence of that from lead follow-up. A study that was done by the Harvard Business School shows that between 5 and 10 minutes, the chance of converting someone to a customer goes down by 90%. The average customer must be followed up with like 5 to 7 times before they're going to book. That might be by phone, that might be by email, that might be by SMS or text, but you've got to do a lot of follow-up to convert someone into a customer. And today's customer prefers to interact by text message versus phone or email. So you want to make sure that you're communicating with them on that platform, which is why we integrate our communication platform with our client's website to make it super easy for them to follow up. So if a web form comes in, within 2 minutes, they're going to get a message by email and text, and probably by a phone call. When automate that follow-up, the prospect is touched, 5+ times and able to engage in text messages. We're going to send them emails. We're going to send them text messages. We're going to call them. We do all that follow-up. That's what our sales concierge is for, to make sure that your leads get followed up with regularly through all of the potential portals that we can use. Because it's just really simple math, right? If we can improve the conversion percentage of your website and then improve the conversion percentage of your leads to sales, we're going to make more money. So if you get 100 leads through your website and your conversion rate of leads to jobs is 30% with no follow-up, 100 leads, 30%, 30 jobs, say the average ticket $650, it means you make $19,500 from those 100 leads. But if we optimize your follow-up and get that conversion rate up higher, think about the increase that you're going to see in your bottom line. And these are, when I say these are leads, these are people that are sending you their information. And they're giving you their name, email, and phone number. They're giving you a call, etc. And with all of that information, you should be able to convert a higher percentage of them into sales. Well, if you got no follow-up, you're just getting the first people that sign up. If you have an automated follow-up system and a robust follow-up system, you can convert a lot more. You double or even more your conversion percentage. Look at the increase in sales to your bottom line. So every lead that you generate gets more valuable if you convert more of them into sales, right? So if you're converting 70%, it's 0.7 versus 0.3, that's a lot more value. So let's implement this in your business. You should have written down 3 things that you're going to implement. Which of these things are you implementing? Are you speaking to your target avatar, their fears and frustrations, and why they should choose you? Is that the first thing you're going to do? You're going to rewrite your website to appeal to those things. Be real. Are you going to use some authentic images of your team, your location, your trucks, your equipment on the homepage and throughout your website? Are you going to use video and multimedia elements to engage different modalities? Are you going to have video from your suppliers? Are you going to create some video yourself? Are you going to answer those questions that people have through video? A welcome video on the front page of your website explaining who your company is and what you do. Videos for your services. Videos explaining why someone should choose you versus the competition, explaining your unique service position. Are those going to be the things you're going to create over the next 30 days? Are you going to leverage social proof? Are you going to have your reviews posted on your homepage so that people can see those? Are you going to get your basics in order? You're going to get that phone number in the upper right-hand corner. Are you going to ensure that your web form is enabled so people can fill that out? Are you going to add authority through authority symbols like the BBB, Angie's List, etc.? Is that going to be what you're going to do over the next 30 days? Are you going to add clear calls to action on each and every page that speak to your customers' needs and tell them exactly what to do next? Are you going to add some special offers or coupons or lead magnets that customers can utilize or download? Are you going to make sure that your website's mobile optimized? There's an easy click to call function on it as well. Make it easy for mobile users to call you. Are you going to add live chat to your website? Are you going to give clients the option to book their appointments online? Are you going to speed up your site? Make sure that it's in that 90% on Google Site Speed. And you're going to start engaging with customers by SMS, phone, and marketing automations. So what are the action items that you've written down? You should have written down 3 action items that you're going to implement on your website in the next 30 days. So hopefully you have done that. And I guess lastly, if you'd like some help with this, this is what we do. This is kind of what we specialize in, is helping our clients get websites that convert and bring them more business. If you would like to get in there, you can post "Let's Talk" in the comments, or you can shoot us a message at info@tinttitans.com or support@tinttitans.com, and we'll get you set up with a member of our team to have a conversation to see if we'll be able to help you. Or you can also call us 571-454-9939. You can also text that number if you're interested, and we can set up a time for you to talk with a member of our team. And with that, you get your free online marketing plan review. We're going to analyze your online visibility, see which keywords are most important for you, and give you that custom keyword list that you can use to help improve your visibility online. give you a ranking report, show you where you rank currently, and not only overall, but for different areas around you. Like where do you rank for your most important key terms for the neighborhoods around you? And analysis of your online listings directory and consistency, making sure that you've got the same name, address, and phone number across all the different directories online. We do analysis of your online reviews and reputation, show you where you might be struggling there, where you're doing great. Analyze your social presence on the different platforms like Facebook and Instagram, and analyze your website conversion effectiveness to see what you could do to increase that so you get more leads online. We'll give that to you in a nice package that you can keep and review to help improve your website. So I guess before we go on, we've got a few minutes left, like 7 minutes, I guess. So we can answer any questions that you might have. Just go ahead and type them in the chat. I'll be happy to answer them. All right. Bird Eye review. Podium. What's the best thing? I mean, they're all the same. I mean, I would just say figure out which one you like the best. Maybe it's the most cost effective. We build them into our website with our capability so that they're part of any website we use has those review widgets. We also make it easy for our customers to get reviews. So I would say, it doesn't matter which one you use. I would say just pick one, commit to it, and make sure you're going to use it. Make sure you're going to use it to its main capabilities. Use it to get more reviews and use it to post your reviews. Just don't just leave it sitting there. Yeah, like just don't leave it, say get it and expect it to work on its own. You're going to have to use it to get more reviews and display those reviews on your website. All right. Should we use tracking numbers on our website? Yes, 100%. You should have a tracking number that's on your website and your Google Business profile that you will use to track leads from different sources. That's what we do. We set them up, and it has a feature that kind of switches them out based on which source a call comes from. So if someone comes from Google Business Profile or Facebook or wherever, our system will rotate those based on the source so we can see where our leads are coming from, where the different calls are coming from. That's very, very important because then you can see, which of your marketing efforts are working. So definitely use tracking numbers on your website if you can. Which platform do you use for the chat? We use the one that's built into our communication platform that's exclusive to our clients. So that's the one that we use. You might want to use Podium. There are lots of different versions out there. If you just Google chatbot, live chat, whatever. I think Squarespace even has one that's built in. But there are lots out there that you can use. They all work fine. You want them to integrate with what you're already doing, so you're not having to go to another platform to answer your chat messages. Ours go to our platform, and we send out email and text notifications when they happen, so that our clients are able to respond quickly. But there are lots out there that you can use. If you can only change one thing to optimize a website, what would it be? Site speed. Site speed. Google is very much prioritizing site speed, so you want to go to Google Site Speed Analyzer, analyze your website, and make sure that your site is as fast as it possibly can be. So make sure that you do that. That'd be the first thing I would do, is I would optimize for site speed. You integrate websites with Facebook and Instagram. Not sure what you mean there. If you mean, do we put links to Facebook and Instagram on there? We absolutely do. Oh, there are some capabilities where you can add Instagram photos and Facebook photos to the website. I'm not a huge fan on that. I don't think it adds that much value. I tend to not add those widgets because I just don't think that they're, a needle mover, and they can slow down your website. So that's not something that we do a lot of. I mean, it's not a huge negative. I just don't find it to be a huge positive. All right, we got a couple minutes left here, Gate. So I'll take one more question. Why WordPress? WordPress is kind of the standard. Like, there are others out there that work. Like I said, Duda seems like it's getting more popular now. I see more people using that. But I just feel like WordPress is probably like 80% of the internet. So it kind of has the best support and everything, I think. I mean, there is problems with, elements and themes and plugins kind of getting not supported and going out of use that you have to stay on top of. But in general, WordPress is the standard. It's what most people are using. I think it's the best, what's called CMS, content management system, for creating websites right now. So that's really the one that I would go with if it were up to me. I think that's probably the best one. So that's why we use WordPress. All right. If you have any other questions, feel free to shoot them to us by email. We're happy to answer them, or you can schedule a time to talk with us. We'd be happy to answer any of your questions about any part of the digital dominance method. These are things that we help all of our clients out with, from the website to the search engine optimization, to the pay-per-click, to the retargeting, to the online directories, to repeat and referral business, to pay-per-lead services, to media, to direct mail and other kinds of programming. If you got questions about any of that, we are more than happy to answer them for you. And again, you can get your free online marketing plan review with all of this that we'll share with you just by calling 571-454-9939. Shoot us a text there. You can go to tinttitans.com and sign up for your free strategy session as well, where we'll go over all those things with you and supply you with the information at the end. So thank you, everybody, so much for coming on to the webinar. Hopefully it was valuable for you and you learned a lot. You've got those 3 action steps that you're supposed to take this month to improve your website. So hopefully you do that, put those in place, and you will get a higher conversion percentage on your website. Once again, thank you, everybody, for joining us. This is Mark Bolzer with Tint Titans, how to optimize your website to maximize conversion. We'll be sending a replay out for this in the next couple of days, so you will have that as well. Thanks again, and I hope that we will talk with you soon.